rural areas and bettering the ecological environment. China thus became the first nation in the world to have realized ahead of schedule the goal of cutting its poverty-stricken population by half, as listed in the United Nations Millennium Development Goals. In 2007, the Chinese government decided to establish a rural subsistence allowance system throughout the rural areas. The proportion of poverty-stricken people in the total rural population decreased from 10.2% in 2000 to 2.8% in 2010. And the figure dropped from 24.3% in 2002 to 8.3% in 2010 in 592 key counties under the National Development-Oriented Poverty Reduction Programs. In China, the majority of the poor population lives in regions afflicted with adverse natural conditions, facing various problems to be addressed. Realizing green, sustainable development, along with poverty elimination, raise challenges for the existing knowledge system and development mode. Mingqing County in northwest China's Gansu province straddles the end of an inland river surrounded by desert in 3 directions. Over the past 3 decades, the increasingly deteriorated water environment has aggravated soil erosion and desertification. Encroaching sand dunes have eaten up tens of thousands of hectares of arable land in the county, forcing a great number of farmers to migrate elsewhere and leaving Mingqing as one of the most seriously affected areas by desertification.
哎呀，历来这个党确实是这个荒凉，种庄稼呢种不成啊，人呢这个党不能生存啊，有些人呢这个去跑到外面了。
Since 2007, the government has invested more than 4 billion yuan in controlling desertification and rebuilding the ecological system of Mingqing. Some 60,000 farmers living along the edge of desert have become workers engaged in desertification control. The local population's industrial transfer and the government's eco-environmental subsidy have contributed to the prevention and control of desertification. Water consumption has decreased by 2/3, and the output benefits of water resources have increased by 50%. Industrial restructuring with grass and animal husbandry as the leading sector enabled villagers to shake off poverty quickly. Average household income has exceeded 20,000 yuan. From 1999 to 2010, China implemented the campaign of returning cultivated land to forests. With an accumulated investment of 295 billion yuan, a total of 9.264 million hectares of farmland were converted back into forest. More than 16.7 million hectares of barren mountains and wasteland were afforested, and 2.467 million hectares of mountainous areas were sealed off to facilitate afforestation. Some 124 million farmers in 25 provincial areas across the country have benefited from the project. The project to return cultivated land to forests not only benefits ecosystem improvement, improving farmers' income, agricultural efficiency and countryside development, it has also become one of China's key measures to address global climate change and realize green growth. Ruke village on the banks of the Lapu River in Weisi County, Yunnan Province, lies against mountains and faces green waters. Today, visitors to the village can barely find the former scene of kitchen smoke curling up to the skies. Instead, methane ponds, which are available to each household, along with sanitary toilets and domestic animal houses, are commonplace here as part of the village's environmentally friendly lifestyles.
现在做饭炒菜都不用烧柴，照米不用花电费，既省钱又省力。
Adjacent to Samenge Nature Reserve, a habitat for the Yunnan snub-nosed monkey,